Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So here I'll show you my last 45 minutes or so of this arena season, because I'm finally using some new teams. The last half dozen seasons or so, it feels like I've been hunting Dark Udeal with Light Udeal. And I want to open comments here because I have a bunch of questions about Karma and Arena that I want to ask the viewers. And I'll ask those first, and then I'll give my answers, and then at the end, or whenever that's done, I can just talk about what's going on with the actual fights. But I got a bunch of questions. As I give my answers, I'll put the questions on the screen. But were you enjoying Arena before the October 6th Karma update? And then did you enjoy it these last 3 days or so, leading up to the end of this season? And then, having played with it, do you feel that the 30% cooldown haste buff on everyone is too much, or is it just right? And how do you feel about the number of Karma coins given out up to now? And then have you spent to buy any? Next, how do you feel about the process of doing Karma resets? What is an average number of resets per character? And then do you have enough materials to do all the resets? And then I made a community post with a poll. But did you Karma up any Dark Memory or Girl Monster Abyssal costumes specifically for Arena, and how did they do? I made a point to show them in my rankings, my winners and losers post October 6th Karma buff, and I've been seeing some people successfully use them. Alright, related to that, did you Karma up any of the old collaboration costumes or any of the defense scale damage dealers, and then how did they do? And did you use an all-tanky team on offense or defense? And then how did that perform? I often slag on the all-tanky team, but... And then did you use Summer Yuri? Did you use any agility snipers? How did they perform? And then on my winners and losers list, which I'll link to below, I said that they all maybe suffered because of this. Although, as we can see, I'm using Summer Yuri here. And then, overall, who were your MVPs? And then, especially for free-to-play users, I wanted to ask if you were able to get the rank that you wanted, or the rank that you usually get. And then, from now, what pace would you like to see new batches of Karma costumes added? Once per season, or twice per season, or less often? Let me know. Alright, first, let's answer the questions if we enjoyed or were enjoying Arena before October 6th and after, and then how we feel about the cooldown 30% buff. I personally stopped enjoying Arena when the Recollections of Dusk costumes got Karma. I loved using Lavanya and Gale until then. That was a good half year. But after knowing I was using them not to their fullest potential, I lost interest in them, and I also lost interest in Arena as a result. To be perfectly honest, until October 6th, I probably could have still used them fine, because Global is less competitive than JP. But now, with a 30% cooldown addition, I definitely can't use them, so actually I feel kind of at peace with this situation about it. There is the new 063Y, who also looks great for Arena, but he is going to need the 30% cooldown haste from Karma. So that is depressing, but, you know, we have so many other kind of new toys here with this update that I don't mind it so much. As for enjoying this new meta post-October 6th, it feels kind of hectic and wild and out of control. It's faster than, like, say, a tank-heavy meta, but I feel motivated to find my way, so I guess you could say I'm having fun. I was able to get a good result this season, so that translates to having fun, I guess. Since the release of New Year 063Y, the meta has swung back and forth between very fast, like when Dark Memory Lavanya dominated, to very slow, like when Bloody Griff or Anniversary Udeal dominated. I personally feel more comfortable with slow, but I always try to adapt to fast when it is in. What I do like is that, similar to the early days of Awakening and the early days of Summer Yuri, you could kind of use whomever you liked, as long as they were pretty close to maxed out. I saw an Akeha fan on the JP server using Dark Memory Akeha in their attack party, and Abyssal Akeha in their defense party, and they got number 1 for the season. And I also saw people using Dark Memory Leon or Demus and place in the top 10, so yeah, now is a good time to be using the Dark Memory Karma'd characters. In the end, I found the 30% cooldown haste buff manageable as a free-to-play, and so if I can maintain my top 50 spot in Arena every season, and then PvE overall becomes easier, that's a win-win for me. The way that they did the implementation was a horror show from a PR perspective, and doing the karma resets is awful, but giving everyone 30% cooldown haste didn't ruin the game, and actually turned out to be the right decision, because if Abyssal Sarafa remained the only one with that, that might have ruined Arena. I talked about this before, but I am always willing to try a new system and see how it impacts the game, and see how doable it is for both whales and free-to-play. The first impression this first weekend with the 30% cooldown haste for everyone seems okay. Alright, next let's talk about karma coins, and then the process of doing resets, the average number of resets, and then do we have enough materials. I personally have been fine with the number of karma coins. I would love more Dark Memory karma coins, and I would love them to not require Rainbow for the Recollections of Dusk. But as for the normal ones, I still have plenty of left over. Part of that is because it is so expensive materials-wise, like leveling materials-wise, to get the skills that I want, so that's kind of staying my hand. Also, when I'm doing attackers, I'm trying to only do karma for costumes and characters where I have their slabs near max and their level at 100. I'm really trying to focus on who I use my materials on, since I am free-to-play. As for the process of resetting, I hate it, and so do many other JP players. I have heard it called the worst system released in any game this year, but still not as bad as the Retire Marathon for Lavender Cubes, which thankfully I never did seriously. But what those two have in common is it requires near full attention the entire time, so you don't miss what you're looking for. I've seen a few people hit cancel on what they wanted because they weren't paying attention. For me, about 80 to 100 resets per costume seems about the average, but I have seen like 200 and above on just one skill. And then, like, I took my my Sadhu, Dark Memory Sadhu, to Karma 3. I have just the 3-star, the uncommon skills on her, because I'm fine with that for now for PvE. And of course, materials are not enough, but playing the guerrilla quests, especially with the raid up, is helpful. Unfortunately, it does eat up a lot of skip tickets, so that is also staying my hand. Basically, I can't engage in karma as much as I would like. Okay, next I'll give my answers for the Dark Memory, and the Girl Monster Abyssal, and old collaboration costumes and defense scale damage attackers. I don't use Abyssal costumes on this global account, but I did take Dark Memory Sadhu to Karma 3 to use in Fate boards, like I just said. I would like to use Dark Memory costumes in Arena, but first I want to beat that PvE. I did take 0 to Karma 3, as we can see here, and I got rid of the character skill fill, because with the cooldown haste, I can get out the character skill very fast that way instead. And then I'll talk about my team at the very end of the video, after all of the fights. But I used Summer Yuri, just because I love her, and then that left one slot. It had to be a Karmable costume, of course, to keep up. And I wanted to choose someone, level 100, and slabbed up, and that left Gale, Demus, and Lavania, basically. I had better options with Gale, and then there I was deciding between Abstract or the new Mechanical that I recently did the ceiling exchange for the sword. I went with Mechanical because of her pursuit, and then higher agility. And I would like to Karma Abstract Akeha, but first I want to pull that defense scaled damage greatsword. And yeah, as for old collaboration characters, I'm using my 0, and she was terrific. I ended up putting a non-proficient weapon on her because I kind of felt like her attack animation for her AoE skill was too long. Maybe it was giving the opponent too much charging up time. So to shorten it, I gave her the Udil's Dark Memory Greatsword. Alright, next let's talk about the losers from my previous video. All tanky teams, or possibly Summer Yuri, possibly agility snipers. I still don't think a full tanky team is that great on defense. Whenever I go against them, I consider that a near guaranteed win. I did use Summer Yuri, but I tried a little bit of going like 3 attackers. That's out of my comfort zone, but I did try it at least. I tried a variety of builds for Mechanical Gale, and her as an agility sniper worked fine, but that wasn't a focus here. And then she's versatile element-wise too. I tried a bunch of different elements with her this weekend. One person I did not use is Summer F66X. She is still evergreen, even without Awakening, even without Karma, so yeah. I forgot to use her this season, but we can maybe use her in the future. Alright, and then finally, let's talk about pace of release. Every time a new batch is released, it might kind of flip the arena all over again. There will be a whole bunch of new kind of attackers that will be viable. So I would personally like to see a slower pace, but that goes against me wanting to use my favorite characters like Bloodless Demas and Anniversary Yuzuki. I would like to see a new batch maybe every 6 weeks, but I can imagine them doing it every 3 weeks to coincide with arena seasons. Alright, so I think that'll do it for the questions and then my answers to those. Also, if you have any comments about what I said in my winners, losers video, you can leave them here. Alright, let's look at my arena runs. Got about half an hour left. We can also see the Blackhorn Spear on Yuri for the provoke. And kind of the concept for my team is like that power team that I talk about sometimes. Gale has a little bit of agility, but really, I'm just trying to charge up my very powerful weapon skills and then take down the guys there. We'll try this Scion person. Yeah, I don't have any goals this season of like top 10 or anything. I still just want top 50. But for the sake of the video, we can keep playing. Alright, lately I have been trying to, when Udil appears on the other team, I'll target him. And like, I feel like the biggest weakness of Udil is him getting kind of sniped in the very beginning, and then kind of losing, or like using up that one-time heal. And then that is a situation where Circus Lavania has the advantage on Udil. Soon I will make a video about the upcoming Dragon Quest Sarafa. Compare her to other Provoke tanks. And there I want to go into more detail about kind of the unique advantages of Circus Lavania. And then I want to talk about kind of like what's missing from Circus Sarafa. But with the right support, she might be able to be as good as Udil or somebody. Yeah, no editing here. Sorry, I don't feel like it. So we're going to be seeing all the loading menus, loading screens. Alright, Aaron, we'll give you another try. This Gale, I've been using her as an agility sniper, has mostly been doing like 1 or 2 hits, which is not going to get you deal under 50%. I might want to change her back to Wind Element, because they have a lot of weapons in there, which will give you a higher percentage of more hits on regular skills. I was wondering if the Light Element could help me do good damage with her. Okay, so there, kind of the order of skills worked out. And then AoE from 0, finish off F66X. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the kind of the full tanky team. If your goal is to use up your opponent's real lifetime, then mission accomplished. But if your goal is to win, then I don't know. But I feel like defense parties this season, it's more difficult to put together something really good. Just because the damage output has gone up so much. And then things like demon tapping or targeting are making a big difference as well. Alright, who do we got here? I'm trying to target guys like in the top 20 or so. Here is Kunoichi. All water, so we can get the water resistance there. One thing interesting about the 30% cooldown haste is trying to decide between using a Dark Memory weapon main hand and then having skills that charge up more or less same speed as everyone, or using a fast cooldown weapon and just getting super fast weapon skills out. Okay, great damage there from 0 using the Dark Memory weapon there. Yeah, and I've kind of given up on getting any good damage out of her character skill. Once in a while it's useful for cleanup. Oh, 14. Pretty high. Now here's the number 1 person. We can give him a try. I don't know that username. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards selecting opponents that have a non-karma'd character in the slot that's showing. And then here, when it's kind of like a mix, you know? Like when there's one kind of main attacker and then 2 kind of tanky guys. I don't know if I want to do the demon tap on Yuri or not for the additional defense. Different people build that sort of team differently, so yeah. Let's try them again. And yeah, we got the effect for the full karma'd character. Before the October 6th update, it was just kind of a gimmicky thing. But now it's actually kind of useful because most people taking characters to Karma Slot 3 to use them in Arena are going to go for that 30% cooldown haste. So that can be a good identifier, like who to keep an eye out for. Okay, able to take down Udil there. Almost take down Gale there. She gonna pop off? Can I take her down? Okay, great. And then here, if I had used a companion, which maybe gave me a heal, I might have been able to survive that. Oh well. Almost got him. Oh. I was in top 10 for half a second. Let's look at the records, the defense records. Alright, history, defense records. Okay, yeah, I'm beating a few guys. Yeah, alright, bit of a win streak there. Alright. Well, that explains that. Going through these fights, I have not fought a lot of Circus Lavania. I really consider him more of a kind of an expert player's character, kind of tricky to get good use out of. While Udil is much more straightforward. But one of the top JP Arena players, Shikada, he has been extensively testing Festive Lavania. And then I'll share his insights on him versus Udil when I talk about Dragon Quest Alpha. But yeah, on a defense party, he trusts Festive Lavania more than Anniversary Udil. Alright, not able to take down Udil there. And what is that? Anniversary Lavania? I wish I had a usable Lavania. I do have his slab. I do have him slabbed up, and I got him at level 100. But kind of the only one available to me right now for with Karma is going to be the Dark Memory version, and I don't feel like using him. Okay. Kind of pulled that win out of my butt, but I'll take it. It'll be interesting to see, like, after Udil gets his karma, if he will return to, like, being the top of the meta. Rice Eater here is using the Dark Memory Hina, which I put on my winners list. Let's have a look at her in action. But if I remember, this player is pretty strong. Okay, they have no Yuri, no tank, so let's do the demon tap on my Yuri, get the extra defenses out. And they are using Final Fantasy Lars. I did put him on my losers list, but he still has the agility buff for the party, so that's very helpful. So yeah, you can put 2 attackers with him. That's a solid team. But that would be out of my comfort zone, because I like to use tanky characters. Whoa! I wonder if I did any damage to them. That might be something that I try next season. Final Fantasy Lars, and then a couple of other guys. That's something that I have to consider from now. Like, who do I want to pull for? Who do I want to level up? I was focused on Anniversary Yuzuki and Bloodless Demas, and I did get them both to Awakening 4, so I'm satisfied with them. And then the Karma update came, and I can't use him anymore. I can still use Demas. He can be a agility sniper. But yeah, what do I do from now? I'm probably going to stick to kind of older characters as they get added to the Karma list. But Zero, I'll keep using her. If I can get some maybe 1 or 2 Dark Memory characters up to speed, I want to try them out in Arena. But yeah, again, I'm trying to focus on guys where I have them at level 100 and their slabs are maxed. And ideally, if their awakening was like 3 or higher, then I would consider using them. This battle's not going well. Yeah, lots of damage when Gale gets her weapon skills out, but can she survive until they're all filled? Okay, that worked out. Oh, 11. Pretty good. Oh, there's Farplane. We can give him a try. We have the Dark Resistance companion up already, so that's convenient. And no tanks here either, so let's do the Demon Tap. Wasn't fast enough to get it, but we got the counterattack in. That's good. And looks like he's got the same idea with the Provoke on their Summer Yuri. Yeah, I also don't have a real workable Fio for Arena either. I want just some kind of fist user. I have... what do I have? I have Awakening 4 or 5 of the Abstract Fio, the one in the kind of the frilly doll dress. That might be a funny one to Karma up to 3 and then use her. If I remember, she has really high defense. She might be a good defense scaled damage attacker. Okay, I spent way too many attacks on their Yuri, so I can't take down their Gale. Oh well. Yeah, Mechanical Gale is quote-unquote best with a Dark Element. But if your Mechanical Gale is Awakening 2 or lower, then it doesn't matter. For Arena, at least. She gets some bonuses to her character skill for the element. Alright, let's try this Althus. I've been seeing a fair amount of Festive Gale. I like her. I feel like she's kind of overshadowed by other characters, but I do like her. Hype-wise, not ability-wise. And there we see a Dark Memory Lavania. I don't like him as much as Dark Memory Griff, or Argo, or Hina. Because he only has an attack up buff, not a damage up buff. Alright, got through that team. We got the release of Recollections of Dusk 063Y today. That was a surprise. Pleasant surprise. Although, now, because I can't karma any of those characters, the characters are less interesting. He's great as a support character, but I wanted to use him in Arena. And then the weapons are kind of a little bit less exciting as well. With this new 30% cooldown haste meta that we're in. Like, Dark Memory weapons are taking more of the spotlight. But on an agility sniper, of course, that would be a good weapon. Alright, able to get down Udil there. But yeah, even all of my weapon skills going to their Udil, and then giving them all the time in the world for their weapon skills. They can't take me down. This is what I'm talking about, full tanky teams not being so good for defense. Just too much damage output. I would like to pull for Dragon Quest Sarafa, however. I don't have Anniversary Udil. I don't have Circus Lavania. Still sitting on Griff. And then she does look like kind of a challenging character to get good use out of. Oh, here I'm checking my records again. Now I am losing more. Fine. Alright, here's the rankings here. Farplane is in here. Ice Dog is in here. Cedo is in here as well. They haven't put up a video in a while. Oh, but Neku, they are a Japanese player. They're the #1 Subjugations player. And Cedo often copies their strategies and team builds. And then Neku did get the X score in Subjugations in one element. Might have been Fire versus Wind. So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully, with this 30% cooldown haste, full auto SSS plus scores will be possible. I'm gonna wait until somebody else does it first before attempting it myself. But yeah, once I square away, you know, enough characters for use in Arena, as far as karma, then I'll start thinking about main attackers for subjugations. If there are people that I could see myself using in both modes, like Anniversary Yuzuki, that would be a slam dunk. And I'm still considering A2. Still need to get her slabs up. Still need to get her level 100, but she is Awakening 3, so that's something. What I should do is I should do Karma, or the level 100 on Akiha, because her slabs are up. And I have a couple versions of her that I could certainly use in Arena. Can't wait for the summer costumes to get Karma. I wonder if Summer Leon could be viable again. Alright, here I see another all-water team. Alright, full tanky team. Let's see how they do. Oh yeah, and then for some reason, my Yuri will get out the agility snipe. I wish she wouldn't, actually. I wish there was a debris, or I wish I had a debris where it raises your HP but lowers your agility. That would be perfect. Okay, blow through there, Lavanya. Yeah. I haven't seen a really, like, well-built, well-played Anniversary Lavanya. Not Anniversary, Circus. He's still Anniversary. I would have loved to have gotten him, you know? Taken up the challenge of building a good one. But, didn't have the resources, sadly. And I was so angry at that, how they set up the banners, that I refused to pull those characters. But I will pull for the Dragon Quest Sarafa. Okay, I think we're entering the last 10 minutes. Or it might be the last 5. Alright, there's Kunoichi again. Different team, I think. We can try them. I think that is a water element resistance companion there. I forget. Got a bunch of new ones lately, which is nice. Yeah, and thank God Sarafa is not the only one with a 30% cooldown haste. That's ridiculous. But yeah, like at the last live stream, you know, if they announced, hey, we're going to give everybody Karma Slot 3 30% cooldown haste. Get ready. I think a lot of people, of course, would have been upset, you know, with the jump and power creep. But if it were, like, fair, you know, if it were for all characters, and if it were announced ahead of time, rather than just, you know, drip by drip in tweets and in-game news, it would have gone over much better. I don't see anyone on Japanese Twitter saying, like, the Karma Slot 3 thing is ruining their experience and they're going to quit the game. So yeah, the potential was there to sell this much better. Oh, was that it? No, we can get one more match in there. Oh, there's Capiter. Using Marie. That's good to see. Yeah, I was wondering if they were still playing or not. Alright, let's see who they got. Alright, very speedy team. Again, risky. Let's attack their Yuri first, because they got the Bold Vigor. And I think that was maybe the first agility snipe I got all video. Again, I'm not really concentrating on agility sniping with this setup. But that was lucky. But yeah, 2B, she should also be great with the Karma 3. Okay, I only got my Gale. Hopefully we have enough juice in the tank. Alright, got him. Alright, that was a lucky snipe. If I had not gotten that, probably would have lost that. It's funny, one of these loading screens shows the marionettes from Sino Alice. Spoiler alert. I'm guessing it only shows if you've already seen that part of the chapter, but that was kind of shocking to see that the first time. Alright, this looks like a good target. Rush Skies. Yeah, again, if I see a character that's not karma-able, I'll go for it. One takeaway that I hope especially free-to-play users take from this video is that you don't need, the brand new stuff at Awakening 5 to compete at a high level. The Dark Memory costumes are very competitive if you give them the 30% cooldown haste. And then there was that Survey Rally banner that featured a lot of the old collaboration characters. That turned out to be a great idea to pull heavily in that, because they also all got the karma there. And so yeah, any of those characters, very usable now. And now is kind of the best time to use them before more of the kind of the more recent releases get their karma. So I'm talking about like Final Fantasy units or the summer units. Summer Noel might be scary with that karma 3. Okay, nice damage from Udil's Greatsword. Breaks my heart to not see the animation with the short sword, but in order to win, we'll use this. Okay, maybe this was the last one. Okay, it's kicking us back to the main screen. So that's the end. Let's get the karma coins. Again, I feel like they've been pretty generous with those. Alright, and rank 18. That's top 20 for the season. Pretty good for a free-to-play with the new crazy-ass October 6th karma update. So yeah, I feel okay about my position in Arena and then in the game as a whole. And then I'll show you the team to end the video. Alright, but Yuri, she has the highest force, so she will show when other people look at my team. Pretty straightforward build here. We got the Provoke from the Spear, and then lots of HP, and then cooldown from the sub-weapons. And then here, this is a one-time heal. A little bit of tankiness there for Yuri. And then Gale, this is like a light build. And I'm looking at it now, those memoirs don't match up. I wonder what I was thinking there. But pretty good critical rate, and then good critical damage there. Good agility as well. She starts with 1400. And then Zero, she also has a lot of cooldown. So that's where those sub-weapons are coming from. And then, of course, the damage up debris. Okay, that was my season of Arena. I look forward to looking at your comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.